everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode. I'm your host, James. Alongside, always, his name is...
I'm Andy.
We'd like you to join us on this journey to all-become legend of the nerds. Andy, how is this? Well, it's not a very fine day anymore.
It started off, it was nice and cool out this morning. Now it's starting to rain a little bit. I hear it's supposed to be raining and thunderstorms all week, basically.
Well, that's exciting, huh?
But we kind of need the rain. We've had a lot of hot days, so...
we definitely need the rain.
But it still is kind of gloomy out there.
Muggy a little bit, too, huh?
Yeah.
You can't stand that muggy weather, huh?
Hard to sleep during those days.
Hard to sleep, hard to do anything.
Exactly.
I want to go out and go catch Pokemon, huh?
I can't catch Pokemon yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. I might be getting one soon. Might be getting one of those smartphones.
You might go to your flip phone and go to a smartphone.
I might. I have 1 foot through the door right now.
There you go. So what's new? Anything you want to talk about?
Nothing really today. I mean, well, we do have things to talk about today, but...
Personal stuff, Andy. Let the viewers know who we are.
Personal stuff. I can't sleep.
Can't sleep. That's personal enough.
How much more personal do you want?
All right. Well, I think it's time to start the checklist, like always, huh?
Let's do it.
We're going to touch up a little bit on the San Diego Comic-Con. I did not do much research on this because I want to save this for another show.
Exactly.
But let's just touch up on all the new trailers and some upcoming news that came out of there. Because there's always stuff exciting coming out of there. We did see a few new trailers coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
We saw the new Wonder Woman one. What else we saw? Justice League, right?
Yep. We saw one I'm looking forward to is sequel to Godzilla, which is Kong Skull Island.
That's right.
Because eventually these two are going to meet down the road in a movie, which will be epic.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen them meet in a movie. You know, back in 1963-ish.
Yeah, but I mean, compared to what movies are today, I mean...
I know.
And it's got our boy Samuel L. Jackson in this movie, too. First he's hunting apes in Tarzan. Now he's hunting even bigger apes in Kong.
Wow. That guy just takes any part. But you know what? He can't he?
He can play any role out there. Whether he's fighting snakes on a plane or telling the Avengers what to do.
You know what one of my favorite movies that he did was The Kingsman.
Yes.
He was a great villain in that movie.
I know. You don't see him play a villain that often.
You don't.
And it wasn't even really that typical villain. It was more of a funny villain.
It was.
He can't stand the sight of blood.
No violence.
No, he can't stand anything like that. He has to turn his back.
Quickly touch up on the Justice League trailer.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to touch much on it. I just want to say this. This is why I know this movie is going to be bad. When you have a trailer of the Justice League movie and Aquaman looks better than the Flash, you know there's something wrong with this movie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm looking forward to the movie. Let's just put it that way. You have to say you are looking forward to at least finally seeing what happens. Kind of.
With what kind of storyline?
We don't know yet. I mean,
this is supposed to be like the next installment of Batman vs. Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still trying to figure out the plot to that movie.
Yeah. I mean, we both agree the whole Flash thing, even his outfit is kind of weird. It's like almost robotic, kind of, I would say. And
here's another reason why the movie's going to be bad. Why is Bruce Wayne there? Why isn't Batman there? Why is his face being shown at all? It's the Justice League. It's not a Batman solo movie.
This is true.
He should not be Bruce Wayne trying to get the Flash.
It's true, because
it should be Batman trying to get the Flash.
Batman never really reveals himself to really any of the Justice League members. I mean, Superman knows who he is, and I think Wonder Woman. That's about it.
Wonder Woman barely finds out. But come on, the comic books. Batman is, you don't know my secret identity for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But we'll touch up more about this way later on in the show.
Exactly.
Any other stuff you heard from San Diego Comic-Con?
I mean, like you said, we'll touch up on it probably in the next show when we get more info. Mm-hmm. But we saw even all the CW shows coming out with their trailers. We're really excited. You posted the Arrow trailer on Facebook.
I did.
And I think I put on there. So yesterday it was 74 days till Arrow, so now it's 73 more days.
Excited.
Technically,
Excited.
you have to add an extra day for you because you have to wait and watch it on the app. But
That's okay. That's okay.
before we move on, there is one big thing that somebody pointed out to me actually on Facebook. I did not know this until I saw it. They showed a small trailer, it's like 10 seconds, something like that, of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4. And they are introducing Ghost Rider in Season 4.
Yes, they are.
I'm upset, though.
Why?
Ghost Rider, when I think of Ghost Rider, he rides a motorcycle.
Yep.
This, he's driving a car.
Really?
That is what I have been told, and I believe saw in the trailer. It's a car.
I mean, it's all right, I guess. I mean, I'm not doubting Marvel right now. They have proven time and time again they know what they're doing.
Exactly. I mean, I'm gonna love the show anyways. I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, speaking of that, that's why I got the shirt on. I want to talk about it. I finally sat and I watched all of Season 3.
There you go. So what?
So, pretty much, the first episode I did not like. I kind of fell asleep. After that, phenomenal season. I really enjoyed it.
Well, what was good with this is they keep introducing more of the Inhumans because it was supposed to set up for that movie. But now with the movie being cut right now,
Which was a fantastic decision. Because what the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is doing right now, you don't need an Inhuman movie. You don't need it.
I understand you probably don't, but it's with the whole Ghost Rider thing. I don't know where they're going to go now with Ghost Rider when there's still questions to be answered with the Inhumans. Because right now I'm actually watching Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers Assemble, the animations, and they actually answer a lot of questions that we're seeing in the live action also with the Inhumans. In the movie, you were supposed to see like Black Bolt, who's the leader of Inhumans on their own planet and everything, and you see that in the animations. So I wanted to see if they kind of push towards that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they also talk about the Kree in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Which is amazing.
And they talk about that in the animations because the Inhumans and the Kree are like back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to see more of that, but now it seems like they're going another way with Ghost Rider.
Not really. I mean, you know what Ghost Rider is, right?
Yes.
You know what his secret power is, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's a regular guy.
Do you know why he turns to a skull face?
Well, I'm going by the Nicolas Cage movie, I'm guessing. It's the deal he made with the devil.
He does that in the face of evil.
Okay.
Ghost Rider can't destroy or kill innocents.
Well,
but if he
judges
sees any
them.
bit of darkness in someone, then he goes, Ghost
Yeah,
Rider.
I know that.
So that's how that's going to introduce with the Inhumans. You see Ghost Rider be like, oh, that human? Fantastic. You know, she's not evil. That one, I'm going to take him out.
Now, the big thing for me is, which was an emotional part in Season 3, and a lot of people out there who are big fans of the show that you and I know also agree. What did you think about the cutting of I forget their names, but the cast members in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where they end up leaving S.H.I.E.L.D.? It was the husband and wife duo. I can't remember their names.
Yeah. I think we're going to see them come back. I think.
Because they were really popular characters.
They were really good. I hate to sound sexist here, but when I see a female actress trying to pull off a action role, half the time it's not done right. Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. has done it. They made me see a female hero look like they could actually hold themselves up. You know? I mean, look at May. Fantastic. Even Chloe, her character, she looks like she could actually take care of herself.
True.
As an agent now, It looks legit now, But I see other movies when the females trying to be all hero, they don't look the part.
Well, because I remember this, and when you were casting your votes for the Nerdy Awards, you really didn't cast a vote for Best Actress of the Year.
Yeah.
Maybe these actresses who are in the TV shows should be on that list this coming up year.
I think so. I mean,
because they probably will get a lot of votes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because it is hard. You don't see many lead female roles actually out there, too.
No, you don't.
So.
Good ones. You gotta have the good. I mean, even guys have a problem acting too sometimes,
Could you say, because a lot of people enjoyed the Wonder Woman trailer, that Gail Gabbett might win a couple awards for Wonder Woman?
After watching that trailer, that's my first DC movie I'm excited about.
A lot of people are excited.
I think they did a good job. But, honestly, Chris Pine really did a great job in that trailer, too. Huh. So he's be pushing that movie along.
But I could see Gail Gavitt maybe winning some awards down the road.
She probably will. So. She definitely probably will. So, that is for that. Let's talk about box office heroes, huh?
Let's talk.
Numbers came in this morning. I caught them. We're going to do the top 3. Guess what was number 1?
Probably Star Trek Beyond.
You got that right. Star Trek Beyond came in first place with $59 million over the weekend.
Wow.
That was a pretty low number since last time we'd done this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we were over 100 million, right?
I'm trying to remember what.
Pretty slow weekend.
I mean, it's not a lot that really came out that is bam out there to see. So
yeah.
I mean, I guarantee the number 2. I wonder if it's Ice Age Continental Drift.
It is not.
Or not Continental Collision Course. I mean.
It is not. Number 2, holding on to the spot. The Secret Life of Pets.
Does not surprise me. It's like we were saying on the last show. That's kind of like that movie, like the Finding Dory and Finding Nemo, kind of, or the animations that kids want to see, but I mean, adults are going to want to see too.
This is 2 weeks now, actually 3 weeks now, since the last time we did this.
Mm-hmm.
Still holding on the same spot, so that means you're right. There's not a lot going out right now,
Well.
Or this actually is a legitimately good movie that people want to see.
You got to also realize it's getting to the end of summer.
Yeah.
Most of those blockbuster hits come out end of spring, beginning of summer. Mm-hmm. And we're getting towards fall now, which we'll have in a couple weeks our fall movies to see.
Yeah.
So who knows what the list will be like. I mean, our summer movie lists was huge.
It was huge.
Fall might be a lot smaller.
Yep. Number 3, any guesses?
I gotta stick with Ice Age.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters came in number 3.
The only reason it's there is because people... I mean, this movie has gotten bashed hard before it even hit theaters.
Oh, yeah.
And people are going to bash it, but they're still going to go see it just to see how it's going to come out.
Of course.
So that's the only reason it's that high. It's because, yeah, you could complain about it. People are still going to go see it just to see how it came out.
Yeah. If I remember right, Ice Age came in either 5th or 6th place in the box office.
That might be telling you maybe it might be time to cut Ice Age.
It might be time to call it quits.
This is number 5.
Yeah.
And with number 4, Continental Drift, it kind of, the storyline to me kind of got off track to how Ice Age used to be.
Right.
I mean, Ice Age 1 and 2 made sense. They coexisted to each other. 3, it was starting to get off the beat.
That's Dawn of the Dinosaur, right?
Yeah, it was starting to get off the beat. And then once 4 hit, it was like,
Because 4 is when they introduced Ellie, right? No, not Ellie, but their daughter.
Yeah, because she's born at the end of Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Right.
But she's not in Continental Drift that much. It's more about them trying to find Ellie and his daughter.
Yeah.
And they meet the pirate, which is the baboon and all his crew.
Which is great. That's so great.
I mean, that's most of that. Continental Drift, I mean, on a collision course, I mean, I really don't even understand what the story is going to be about.
Right.
It's more of like, okay, now the meteors are coming down, stuff like that.
It could be the final installment.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's our box office heroes for the week, Andy. Time to move on to our next section, my favorite section, the Arrowverse. Got some few new stuff to go on here. So we got the all new episodes coming back first week in October, which is fantastic. Starting on Monday, going all the way to Thursday. Awesome, right?
Awesome.
We have Monday's kicking off with season 2 of Supergirl.
Yep.
Tuesdays we have season 3 of Flash. Wednesdays is season 5 of Arrow. And we're going to end the week with season 2 Legends of Tomorrow.
Exactly. But we have to state, though, it doesn't start that way. Technically, the first week of October is just Arrow and Flash. Then the second week of October is when they all come in.
All right.
Yes.
Now, one thing we need to assume about all these shows, it's going to be based on some sort of traveling gimmick. It's got to be because of how Flash ended.
Exactly. And
it's got to be.
When you watch the Flash trailer, and again, we'll go over this on the next show, you'll see a lot of it kind of intertwining together.
Yeah.
They introduce Kid Flash, they introduce Black Flash, and Reverse Flash is there again.
Yep.
So, I mean, everybody's there.
So here's what I know so far. Supergirl. I've not found any signs of any villains yet.
They
I'm not
actually...
sure what you think the villain is going to be?
I'm not quite sure what the villain's going to be.
Okay.
I do know that the reason they didn't have a trailer at Comic-Con, they just did a panel, is because they haven't started filming yet.
Perfect.
So that's why. I think they're just starting the filming now.
So let's jump to Tuesdays with Flash. We got a villain leaning towards Abracadabra. Leaning towards that. Because he is a time-traveling magician.
Okay.
All right. So, with that being said, he could change the universe a little bit. I'm not sure how much. I'm not really too keen on who Abracadabra is. I'm gonna do more reading on him.
Let's just.
Villain, it should be kind of interesting to see what's gonna go on.
Let's just say this, and I think a lot of people out there aren't really too focused on who the villain is. Everyone, I think, is more excited for Kid Flash.
You think so?
I'm excited for Kid Flash.
We'll see what happens to that one. I mean, I'm not sure.
Can you really call him Kid Flash though? He's like the same. He's like only a couple years younger than Barry.
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay.
Absolutely you can. Because he is, a kid. He's still, just in college now. And
True. It's weird seeing it though, because Reverse Flash and Kid Flash have the exact same outfit, so it's kind of weird.
it is a little weird.
But that's how DC did it. So
That's how they do it. Arrow. This one's been kind of weird. I'm not sure if they just pulled us out of the deep depths of DC world, or if they came up with a new one. The villain looks like to be Anton Church. Pretty much a villain that's going to pick up where Damien Dark left off. He has no powers. He's just kind of a smarty, so I see this season going more of a Oliver Queen villain than it is kind of an Arrow villain. I think.
what's exciting for me with this, and I'm very excited for Arrow, is the rebuilding of the team, because in the trailer they show the new team members.
Right.
Curtis is training with them now.
Yeah.
They get the young girl who stole Black Canary's stuff, who is going to be Artemis.
Yep.
And there's another young guy out there who I think is going to be the new Speedy. He's trained to be the new Speedy.
But Roy Harper is supposed to come back.
Yeah, but we also said he comes back. He'll probably come back as Arsenal.
Yeah. Probably.
So,
All right, now here's the exciting part. Legends of Tomorrow.
have you seen this trailer yet?
I've not seen the trailer. I've done some reading.
Because a prior villain comes back in this.
Not just a prior villain.
A main villain from another show.
This is why it's insane. This whole season is me based on faction versus faction. It's pretty much me Justice Society of America versus some sort of a Nation of Doom kind of league, It's gonna be Dan Dark is coming in, Malcolm Murray's gonna be there, and Thawne is gonna come back. Maybe a few other villains too. But that should be a very cool episode.
Why I state, if you hadn't seen the trailer yet, and I didn't know if you knew about the Damien Dark, because they go back to like 1975 kind of, from the first season where they stopped the sale of the bombs and all that stuff.
Yep.
And
Damien Dark was there.
Laurel's sister, Sarah,
Yep.
she basically goes and confronts him and says, "I've been waiting a long time to kill you." And he's like, why? Because he hasn't killed Laurel yet.
Right, yeah.
I mean, that's where it gets really exciting.
It's going to be a very cool season. I'm glad they came out of the gate with season 2 with something really as big as
I'm
this.
glad that season 2, that Legends of Tomorrow got the green light for season 2.
Yeah. I knew they would.
Because I was kind of nervous after you kill your main villain off, Vandal Savage. What are you going to do?
Do what every other show does. Here's a new villain. Go have fun.
True.
But that's all I have for the Arrowverse news. If you have anything else you've learned, read.
We have more, but I'd like to save it for another time when we get to the next show.
All right.
Because we're going to go deep into these trailers in the next show. So
I wanted to bring this up during the San Diego Comic-Con talk. Forgot all about it. It's in my notes here. Update on Pokemon Go.
Oh.
For one, I'm enjoying this show. This game is just absolutely awesome game. I finally reached level 10 yesterday. A milestone for me, I know. Got more Pokeballs, more raspberries to feed to the Pokemon. Apparently they're going to be adding some poker centers, and trading is coming.
That will be exciting.
That would be great. And a new training scenario, so you can train your Pokemon stronger too.
Now, can you battle people yet? I know you can go to the gyms.
That's it.
That's something they need to do. Like, you come across somebody who plays Pokemon Go, you should be able to do a battle.
And that was the last thing I was going to tell you about, was that they're adding a battle scenario as well. So we can go to someone and battle them.
And that's how it should be. You want to, with this app, to me, you as a fan want to pretend to be Ash Ketchum, for instance.
Well, here is what they're thinking. They did not want to get all this material on this game until the world has this app. 3 days ago, it just got released in Japan, and that was the final country that needed it. Which is kind of weird because Pokemon came out of Japan. But now the whole world has this app. Now they can quickly go through the servers, make sure everything's running smoother. Because I'm telling you now, I've seen a huge improvement in the service. The service always crashed on me. Now, not much at all.
That's good.
Not a lot of crashing going on. I can get to the game real easy now. But now the whole world's got it. Now they can slowly add in these new features. So take the time, just like Nintendo does. Take their time, get it done right the first time, instead of looking stupid when you rush it all out.
True.
You know?
Very true.
So it's going to be nice to see that. My only problem is I'm not sure who I want my Pokemon partner to be during this game. There's so many options right now.
Well, go with your number one, like we've always had our number ones, and you go with Cubone.
Well, I got to find them first. I have hashed a lot of eggs, though. That's a cool feature.
Go down to Burlington to the Rock Quarry. You might find one down there.
The rocker.
Exactly. Where else would he be?
Well, I saw one around here somewhere earlier last week.
He was just running too fast for you, huh?
He was just going way too fast for me. But you're going to get the game, though, when you get your new smartphone?
Oh, definitely.
Make sure that you have the right system for it. Because I bought my wife a new phone, and it didn't work, so I had to go get a new one.
Oh. Yeah, because it has to be either an iOS or an Android.
Well, the Android, they have 3 different softwares that go with it.
Okay.
They have like Kit Kat, Marshmallow, and Lollipop.
What is this? We're going trick-or-treating or something?
That's what I said, too. It's so funny. But yeah, they named their servers after candies. So I've learned that Kit Kat cannot support the Pokemon app.
Okay.
So the Lollipop can.
Yeah, and I saw a Lollipop phone I was looking at.
There you go. Now you can play it.
There we go.
Any other news for the world today, Andy?
No.
No?
We'll let them know. When I get that phone, get that app, we'll let everybody know.
All right. Are you ready for the main event?
Let's do it.
All right. Today's main event, ladies and gentlemen, is the WWE app. Not app, but the draft.
The draft. That was
And
the biggest thing.
Also, our predictions on the pay-per-view Battleground.
We might have just a little bit more information on some other things in
A
there.
little more touching base. Why don't you take us off and you follow our list down?
Well, like I said, we had a little bit extra besides the draft and Battleground.
You have more WWE news.
WWE is getting sued again. And
No.
This lawsuit, from what I've read, is it's a lot of former wrestlers. A couple names I got were King Kong Bundy, Road Warrior Animal, and Jimmy Superfly Snuka, just to name a few.
Are they that broke?
Well, apparently, what the lawsuit is about is they're claiming that WWE hid long-term brain injury effects that some of the wrestlers had gotten. So they weren't reporting them to medical officials and weren't taking the proper procedures back in the day. Because with any kind of sports entertainment, whether it's football, baseball, hockey, wrestling, everything, concussions is a big thing. I mean, you can die from this.
Of course.
And so, I mean, the littlest hit to the head, you're out for a while in any
Done.
sport. And to name a few organizations that are under lawsuits too are the NFL and NHL, and they take hard hits. So, of course, Vince is back in the courtroom. Are you surprised that somebody's suing him again?
No.
I mean,
no, I'm not.
My thing is, when I first heard this, is that I was kind of like, are you serious? Really? Are you just trying to... I mean, you know the risks.
Yep.
Even back then. I understand, though, if they were weren't giving the right medical procedure or given the
But here's a problem. You talked about King Kong Bundy, Jimmy Fly Snuka, and you talked about Road Warrior, right?
yes.
The medical back then, in the 80s, is a lot different than the medical stuff now. What they knew about concussions back then, they treated the best of their knowledge. They know more about it now. So I'm not sure what the problem is. Like, they can't turn back time and give them the medical treatment they have now.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes no sense.
The guess maybe funniest thing I guess out of this to me is that the lawyer who is with these past wrestlers who's helping them sue WWE, apparently this guy has put out a lot of lawsuits towards WWE in certain situations.
One lawyer did?
It's one lawyer.
Oh, okay.
And he's never won. Most of his lawsuits, the judges are throwing out.
Good.
So it makes me wonder if this guy maybe came to them with this idea of head injuries and maybe put things into their head.
Yeah.
I don't know all the specifics, but it has happened. I mean, you see commercials on TV all the time with these lawyer companies and stuff saying, oh, did this happen to you? This happened to you? Come to me. We'll get you money kind of thing all the time. So, I mean, it's hard to say. To me, it might get thrown out. It might not, because the NFL has been having a hard time with the whole concussion thing too.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, if they get the same info that NFL has and compare it, I mean, you don't know.
No.
So, I mean, it was one of those things, though, Vince can't stay out of the courtroom. I mean, he's always there. So, especially, I mean, remember back in the 80s, his tax fraud and all that? Hogan was on the stand.
Hogan's always in court, too.
Exactly. Moving on, one little bit is I preach Lucha Underground on this show. I know it's WWE show, but Lucha Underground just had Ultima Lucha, which is their WrestleMania, and it was a 3-part episode. Last year it was only a 2-part, 2 1-hour shows. This year, part 1 and 2 were an hour. Part 3 was 2 hours. So it was basically a pay-per-view.
2 hours, huh?
It was basically a pay-per-view. That was 4 hours of wrestling right there in Lucha Underground.
That's a lot of wrestling.
Amazing show. 2 matches I just want to go over real quick.
Yep.
The Lucha Underground Championship between Pentagon Jr., who is now Pentagon Dark, and his trainer, or his master as he calls him, Vampiro.
Vampiro.
Facing the owner's brother, the monster Matanza Cueto. This guy is just this big jack dude. I mean, he's huge. It's kind of like a hardcore match almost.
Right on.
The thing with championship matches in Lucha Underground is the refs are told to basically just throw out the rule book. They don't call them no DQ matches, but they let everything go. Pentagon owned the entire match, and then Vampiro gets involved right at the end, gives him Barbie, I call it, the barbed wire bat.
Yep.
Dario Cueto, as we all know, the owner of Lucha Underground, gets involved. Matanza Cueto grabs the bat, hits Pentagon 1, 2, 3. I mean, I was kind of upset because I really thought this match was going to change. The championship was going to change hands. Pentagon owned the entire match, and I hate the whole Matanza Cueto thing because he always wins. I want to see something different. I don't want to see.
Well, maybe he's that good.
He is good. I will give him that. He's a 300-pound guy that can do standing moonsaults.
Okay.
And I mean,
which is really good.
Yeah, I mean, so he is good. It's the way it happened, how he won the title months before, and I mean, it's the same storyline kind of thing. Oh, he comes in, beats up the guy, match done. The only thing that came out of this was at the end, Pentagon got ticked off at Vampiro and just destroyed him at the end of the show. Like, they're basically saying bye to the camera at the end of the show, and he comes up behind him, hits him with the barbed wire bat, and I mean, he just goes to town on him in the ring and everything. Puts him through tables, everything. So I'm thinking we're going to see in Season 3 that rivalry renew, because in Season 1 at Ultimate Lucha, they had an amazing match. So, might see a new rivalry come out of that.
It's a good company, huh?
Amazing. I mean...
What do you think of that ring? That ring looks really big, doesn't it?
It might be about the same size as WWE.
You think so?
Yeah.
I guess with the camera angle, it looks really big.
It might be big because it's in a small area. I mean, the building it's in is like a warehouse.
Yeah, right.
So, to me, I'm loving Ultimate Lucha Underground because I love that high-flying lucha style.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, there are big guys there, but they fly like cruiserweights.
Right.
And you think to yourself, can this work? Can a show based on Lucha Libre contend with TNA and WWE down the road? And I would say yes.
I would say yes to TNA right now.
Well, yeah, especially in TNA. But it says something when Vince tried to buy out that entire company not too long ago. He may be scared.
Which is weird, because Vince does not like the high flyers.
Which may be a reason why WWE is bringing back the Cruiserweight division.
Oh, yeah. I'm
They
sure.
have to compete somehow.
I'm sure it has something to do with that.
Because fans love Lucha Underground. I mean, it's getting big. So, the last match, which was the main event, was Prince Puma versus my boy Rey Mysterio. And it was more of Rey ends up winning this match, but it was about a 25-minute match. So they went all over the place. Flying, countering.
How did Rey look at his age with his injuries?
Ray looked
that ring?
Amazing. Because he doesn't wrestle all the time, I think. And that, I think, when you wrestle part-time, your body, it's not getting injured as often. But I don't want to see part-time like Brock Lesnar.
But Rey has already had a lot of injuries with that one knee. So, I mean, I'm not sure how he can handle high-flying, that moving fast. Because, I mean, in the WWE, face it, he had to slow his matches down a lot.
True.
So, for the opponent to keep up with his moves. So now he's in the ring with someone who can move just as fast, if not faster than him. I don't know if it looked like he was kind of losing his spot, you know?
Well, I mean, if you have a great wrestler wrestling with you, he can make you look good.
And Puma is a great
Puma
wrestler.
is. They're saying Puma is actually the next Rey Mysterio.
Oh, yeah.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes me wonder if Rey even will be in Season 3. Because I think Rey coming into Season 2, it was more of he brought in this guy, Dragon Azteca Jr., amazing guy, and also setting up for this Puma Rey match, where even though Rey won, it was more of him, instead of him staying in the ring with his music,
Yep.
he leaves and says to Puma, "These are your people."
He's like, you're...
So it's more of a passing of the torch.
Of course.
So, I think they want Rey there, though, as more of a trainer, kind of.
Yeah, that's probably making more sense. Manager after, you know.
And the funniest thing was, because this is on, it's called the El Rey Network, which is...
El Rey Network.
And so he comes out with their logo on his back, and I mean, it's kind of quirky, I guess, that his name and the company's name are kind of the same.
Yep.
So it was pretty neat. But moving on.
Moving on. What else we have?
We were supposed to talk about the WWE Draft.
We are.
Big event.
Absolutely.
It basically was the start of SmackDown Live now, is what they're calling it. SmackDown is going...
Down live.
SmackDown's going live every Tuesday nights now.
That's awesome.
This is a big thing, being the fact it costs a lot of money to do live television. And I see somewhere down the road, maybe in the next 5 years, SmackDown being 3 hours, just like Raw.
It's too much?
No, I don't.
No?
No, I would love it.
Yeah?
You see more promo. When Raw went to 3 hours, you actually see more promos than they used to do. And I enjoy that.
But do you see more wrestling?
I think you see about the same. So,
So you want to go 3 hours for the storyline to better evolve.
exactly.
All right.
Exactly. But getting into this, quick rule check here. So the rules of the draft were Raw would get the very first pick.
Okay.
For every 2 picks that SmackDown got, Raw gets 3. Makes perfect sense because Raw's a longer show. You need more talent. Tag teams count as 1 pick. You don't have to split them up, which is a great thing.
That was fantastic.
I hate it when they split up tag teams. And 6 NXT superstars will be drafted during the draft, or up to 6.
Okay.
So you want to get off with
Now, the point of the draft
yes.
is what? What would you say the point
Well,
of the
the
draft
point of the
is?
draft is they're brand splitting. Stephanie gets Raw, Shane gets SmackDown. So we're going back to
So it's pretty much a competition between best of Shane's wrestlers with the best of Stephanie's wrestling.
Exactly. We've seen this in the past.
Yeah, we have.
Probably 5-10 years ago
Yep.
when they did the draft again, and everything's split. These wrestlers stay on Raw. These wrestlers stay on SmackDown. These pay-per-views are SmackDowns. These are Raws. The big four we share. Stuff like that. And a lot of people say it makes sense because the roster is really getting big,
It is getting huge.
especially with the addition to NXT. So, and we can't forget too, Vince actually declared that after the Cruiserweight Classic that's on the network and everything, the Cruiserweight division will solely be in Raw.
That's awesome.
So Raw, if they bring back the Cruiserweight title, gets the Cruiserweight title. So if I'm Stephanie, I'm drafting these Cruiserweights. I don't want to give them away to Shane.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking on the same side, does Shane really want the Cruiserweights if their title is in Raw?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's hard to say unless he has a couple Cruiserweights that might contend for that title and try to bring it back to Raw. So,
All right, so what are we doing?
so
What are we doing?
I would say, I mean, there were picks down below after the show that were people. So
Okay.
my thing is, maybe we'll just kind of go through a couple of the first picks and see how we think they stack up. Do you think they belong in the top 10 or something like that?
Okay.
So, of course, Stephanie's going to draft number 1 overall, Seth Rollins. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The whole authority thing, that's their number 1 guy.
Had to be done.
Number 2, Shane, perfect pick. Takes the world champion, Dean Ambrose.
Why not?
And Stephanie doesn't want Dean anyways.
Yeah.
She believes that Seth is going to beat Dean at Battleground for the title and bring it to Raw. Number 3, I didn't care for this pick. She picked Charlotte with the 3rd overall pick. Do you really pick Charlotte? You're basically your number 2 on your draft. Yes, she's the champion, but
I think Stephanie's going for gold. That's what she's going for now. She wants all the gold.
true. Number 4, one of my top favorite picks for SmackDown, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
Is it smart to take AJ Styles this high, being the fact he is like 36, 37, around there? He's not going to have probably a long career with you, but is it a smart thing?
I don't see why not. He's still got a lot of pep in him,
Exactly.
and he's still a crowd favorite.
True.
So yeah, I think it's a good pick call.
Okay. With the 5th overall pick, Stephanie chose an NXT superstar this early, but it was a good pick. Finn Balor.
Ooh.
To me, Finn Balor, yes, he is up there in age, but he flies around that ring like a 20-year-old.
Of course.
And it tells me that Finn Balor is now going to be we're going to see him in the main roster within the next month or 2.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you draft an NXT guy, you're expecting him to just fly out of NXT into the Raw ring. So, number 6 pick, because now we get through the first round, so the second round is going to start with Raw again. So they kind of get back-to-back picks here.
Okay.
She chose Roman Reigns. The funny thing that came out of this pick,
Stephanie
yeah,
chose Roman Reigns.
Stephanie didn't choose Roman Reigns, I should say, because Stephanie and Shane have their general managers.
Okay.
Stephanie chose Mick Foley, and Shane chose Daniel Bryan. It was funny watching this because they get their pick, and Mick kind of interrupts Stephanie. He's like, "I got this, Stephanie. I know who we should choose." And she's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "I know you don't like this one, but we need to choose this wrestler next." And she's like, "I guess." And he chooses Roman Reigns.
So Mick Foley chooses Roman Reigns.
Exactly. Makes sense to choose Roman Reigns because you have the Seth Rollins-Roman Reigns rivalry. We're going to see a lot of that now, I think, coming in the next couple months.
Do you think that's going to help Roman at all?
I don't know what's going to help Roman.
WWE has tried pushing this guy over and over again.
The problem...
he's just not over.
The problem isn't Roman Reigns. The problem is the fans, I believe. I'm sorry, but Roman Reigns is an amazing talent. He is great on the mic.
He may be great, but this is wrestling. This is based on the fans.
He reminds me of Orton. Orton on the mic.
Right.
Orton, when he talks, is neutral all the time. Even when he's playing a heel or a face, it seems neutral. That to me is Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Because like his saying goes, I'm not this guy, or I'm not this guy, but I'm the guy kind of thing. And
not the good guy, not the bad guy.
exactly.
The guy.
There it is. Which it's kind of a little cocky, but he can back it up.
Yeah, of course.
So, I really think he probably should have gone a little higher, to me. But it is, you gotta give the fans what they want, I guess. So, and it's hard to sell Roman Reigns.
It is hard to sell that guy. He may be talented, but I mean,
you know who's a little harder to sell? SmackDown's next pick, John Cena.
So
the thing with Cena is he's going to be retiring in less than 5 years.
okay.
I guarantee it. And he's doing a lot now. He hosted the ESPYs. He's going to host the Teen Choice Awards. He's doing this and this. So he's not always on TV.
Nope.
And, of course, you get a lot of fans that don't like Cena. But on the upside, all the kids love Cena. That means money.
Still, yeah. Cena already had his rise to fame.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the downhill now. Which is fine because there's a lot of newer, younger guys out there who can take the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Cena is never gonna lose his spot in the WWE, no matter what. Just like The Rock, they're never gonna lose their spot. Austin could come back right now, and guess what?
Oh,
he is on the top again.
True.
So Cena made that kind of impact on the company where, okay, let's pick him. It's late in the show. He's still fine. He could retire in 5 years and come back for matches once in a while, and people are still going to pop for this guy.
What's great with this pick is right now he's in a rivalry with AJ Styles. They're on the same show now. So we'll probably see that coexisting for the next couple
Cena
months.
versus AJ?
Yeah. And I enjoy the Cena and AJ thing.
Yeah.
So, but again, I think it's more the almighty dollar.
It could be.
All those kids want all that Cena gear. So, number 8, we both disagree with this. He should never go this high. Nobody should even draft him. Stephanie drafts Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
In a top 10 pick, a guy who wrestles maybe 4 times a year.
I understand that many fans enjoy watching Brock in the ring when he's in the ring. But I believe those fans can be considered as casual wrestling fans.
Idiots.
If you will, if you want. I'll call them casual wrestling fans. Okay? That's why Brock is selling so much. Because there's a lot of casual wrestling fans out there. Me and you, we're not casual wrestling fans. We're hardcore wrestling fans. We know this stuff. I don't think Brock should be drafted at all. He's not a full-time wrestler. He doesn't even wrestle on any of the shows. I don't even think he's on any indie shows right now.
No, he just had his UFC fight. That was about it.
So, he's not even doing house shows right now, So, we call him in 4 times a year for pay-per-views, or when there's an empty spot we need to fill, which put Brock in there. How can you make a storyline or any match make sense with this guy in there when he's never around? I mean, I understand Paul Heyman's there to be his voice. There's only so much Paul can do to sell Brock Lesnar. Only so much. Paul's a genius. I love Paul. I'll shake his hand every time I meet this guy. There's only so much he can do to sell Brock. Brock needs to start wrestling. If he's too afraid to get hurt or get beat up, well, go join the ballet, because this is wrestling.
He's actually been on ESPN SportsCenter and done an interview stating that he signed his contract to do part-time, and like he said, I love it because I get paid big money and I don't have to do much work.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Yeah. It's disrespectful for everyone in that locker room. Those guys work their butts off, and Brock just does not care.
Exactly. I didn't mind watching him back when he was full-time, when he was like young 20s. Now it's a whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
So, moving on. Number 9 was our boy Randy Orton to SmackDown. He's going back home. Back home to SmackDown. I'm excited for this. Number 10, the new Stephanie drafts the New Days. So you are right. She's going for all that gold.
Why not?
We'll stop there, kind of, for picks, because there's 60 picks total.
Yeah,
we can't go through all of them.
We don't need to go that far.
I mean, just to name some of the other few, Sami Zayn went next at 11, Jericho at 15. That made no sense to me.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. If anything, Brock should have been down there too. Chris Jericho isn't just a wrestler.
I will say
He's a podcaster. He has a rock band. So he can't always be around all the time.
I will say, Brock definitely should have been a lot lower. Jericho, the problem with me with Jericho is you never know when he's going to leave.
That's why casting him so low is a smart move. He still sells tickets. He still makes people go. I love watching Jericho. I will always watch Jericho. But I understand that wrestling is not his only life anymore. He's a podcaster. He does podcasts all the time. He has a rock band. Fozzy is an amazing band, and he's still going to rock out with them. He don't know when he's going to go on tour with the band. So, yes, draft him that low makes perfect sense. You draft Brock that low because you don't know when he's going to be around.
Sure. Stephanie also drafted at 16 Rusev, so she gets the U.S. title. Shane counters with 17 with The Miz. He gets the IC title. So, basically, in the end, Stephanie has a potential for 4 titles, being the fact if the Cruiserweight title comes into play. Shane 2, but Shane's got that world title. So in the end, who do you think, just going over those top 10 picks, won the draft?
Well, think first when you talk about the titles, and I think the smart thing to do is you have them interchangeable. Each person with a title should be able to jump shows.
Exactly, because if you keep adding in more titles, like we each have our world title, it's just too much.
One world title. Let's honor that one world title instead of dishonor it by adding another one. We can't be doing that. So having that one world title go back and forth is a great idea. Tag team, back and forth. That gives both shows an opportunity to win a belt. So yeah, I think the best thing to do is have them go back and forth. It's the best thing to do.
Exactly.
Winning the draft is tough because both shows have got some really powerful players. Because the title doesn't really mean, well, Stephanie has most titles, Stephanie won the draft. Not necessarily. I think, honestly, I think SmackDown is going to be a good show. I'm not really a big SmackDown fan like you are, but they have some really good players over there, too. So, I think SmackDown may have taken it.
It's going to be an exciting new world of wrestling.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
So, instead of a top 5 this week, I thought to honor the draft, we will do our draft. So we each draft 5 players.
Okay.
You obviously have Raw in front of you. I have SmackDown.
Yep.
And we'll keep the rules the same, like I said before. Same as what WWE did. Can draft tag teams, can draft NXT guys. But, unfortunately, I am giving you the very first
I
pick.
get the first one. I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler, my first one.
Dolph Ziggler?
They need to push him. This guy has got all the talent in the world, and I think he's going to make a great addition to Raw.
And like I said, the draft for me and for you, it's like I'm Shane and you're Stephanie, I guess. You want to pick who you think are good talents and ratings. You want to win ratings. My very first pick, though, I do have to be just like Shane and take Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
Dean Ambrose is the Iron Man of WWE. I have a feeling that they're going to bring back the Hardcore Championship someday, and Dean will be the Hardcore champ.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to play some reverse rules here because Seth Rollins is second on my list.
Very good pick.
That guy has proven time and time again he earns a spot on the roster.
I hated the whole authority thing because you didn't really get to see much out of Seth back then, but you're seeing a lot out of him now that he doesn't have all these people behind him kind of saving matches for him.
Back then, he showed a lot of promise, and Reigns showed a lot of promise. It was Ambrose who didn't show anything. Now, Ambrose is showing a lot.
True. With my second pick, I'm going with a returnee here. We haven't seen him wrestle in 10 months.
Okay.
I'm going with Randy Orton. Randy Orton, even though he's older, he has proven to me time and time again he can carry this company on his back, even with his age. And give him the heel spot or give him a babyface spot. He can pull each one of them off. And I am so excited to see him come back.
Yeah, Randy was on my list too, man. I like that guy. I think he do a lot. So you know me, I love the underdog people.
Mm-hmm.
Love them. I'd like to see more out of them. And I know it's one guy, he's got it in him. They need to give him the opportunity. We're gonna push a huge one for Zack Ryder right now.
Going Zack Ryder. Gotta find him somewhere on here on my list. Just to cross him off. He was somewhere, I don't remember where.
He's somewhere on the list.
I gotta go number 3 for me, my boy. And it was like how I kind of debated with Orton. I gotta go AJ Styles.
Okay.
He is the biggest pop right now. Until Orton comes back, AJ is still the biggest pop in that company, I think.
He is a huge pop right now. Absolutely.
I feel like they turned him to a face, a heel right now. I think only because they made the club come back together with Gallows and Anderson. I have a feeling probably by the end of the year or close to WrestleMania next year, he might be going back to a face.
Let me ask you a question about AJ. Do you think he made a better face with WWE, or a better heel in WWE, or a better heel in TNA?
Better heel in WWE.
Why?
He is the face of TNA.
He really is.
You can't make your face of the company, I think, a heel. The face of the company?
All the talk with Cena turning heel this year. Do you think Cena's at the point right now they could turn him heel and it'd be fine?
No.
No?
I don't think it's ever going to happen. And I think it'd be the dumbest thing because I always state they're going to lose a lot of money because look how much merchandise they sell to kids. Mm-hmm. And you have portrayed Cena as this kid hero. I think it's going to be a stab to the back if they did that.
All right, my pick? My 4th pick, right?
Your 4th pick.
My 4th pick. I wanted to put a tag team in there because I enjoy tag team wrestling.
I think I know where you're going with this one.
And I enjoy this new tag team of Enzo and Big Cass.
Yep. And I think, like you, one reason you like them so much is because they remind you of the New Age Outlaws.
They really do. Yep.
So, for me, I mean, I have my guys in order how I would go, but I'm thinking I might have to take a tag team. I gotta somewhere down the road. So I am going with an NXT tag team.
Ooh.
I'm going with American Alpha.
All right.
Because in the long run, I think Kurt Angle is going to come back too.
See, I'm not going to get him.
So
gotcha.
I'm hoping for that. So I got to go with a tag team. They were down further on my list, but I got to go with them. Who's your last pick?
It's a tough one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names left on my list. And I would like to see them all. I'm thinking I should put a diva in here. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go with diva because everyone knows me. I'm not impressed with the diva division at all. There are a few exceptions. And this fine lady is an exception that's going to be on here. I'm going Becky Lynch on this one.
Nice pick. My number 5. I mean, I have Roman Reigns high on my list. Do I want to take him? I haven't chose Cena, my all-time one of my second favorite all-time wrestler.
Why? Why did you not pick him yet?
I haven't chose Cena because if I'm thinking like a general manager, I'm thinking, how much more am I going to get out of Cena?
Okay.
And he's got a lot on his plate already. He's injury-prone, too. I might take him. If we were doing a top 10, he's on my list.
Of course.
But in my top 5, I just don't know.
All right.
I'm going to go with one of my favorites who was in NXT, and now he's a rising star in WWE. And that's Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn is getting the pop that Daniel Bryan got.
Yeah, I've heard.
So Daniel Bryan, when he came back as the general manager, blew the roof off the building. That's what Sami Zayn gets. And when they wrestle up in Canada, he's like... he
goes nuts, right?
He's like Bret Hart up there.
He goes nuts up there.
So I got to go Sami Zayn.
Right.
And he's got that high-flying ability that I really like.
Fair enough.
So you chose Becky as your 5?
I did. I went Diva.
I got to write this down.
I don't know why I chose Diva.
And Zack Ryder was your 3rd.
Yes. Do you have any Divas in your list?
They were way down at the end. My top diva was Charlotte. I know you have a lot to say about her. You don't like her look and all that stuff.
Ugh.
But she is a really talented wrestler. After that, I had Paige after her.
Eye candy for a drunk guy, I guess.
I had Paige after Charlotte. You got to give Paige her credit.
Absolutely.
And I hated Sasha Banks in NXT, but everything I've seen out of her in WWE blows my mind. So we got to give them props, but it was our top 5.
Yes,
That's
it was
the
our
thing.
top 5.
So we'll put our top 5s on our Facebook page so you all can see them if you haven't watched the show yet. But give us your top 5. Who would you draft in your WWE Draft, your top 5? Think you know better than us? Then prove it.
Prove it.
To finish up the show, I thought we talk a little Battleground. We haven't watched the pay-per-view yet.
No.
So this is more of our prediction.
So pretty much today is July 25th.
Which is Monday Night Raw.
And Battleground was July 24th.
Exactly. So we were trying hard not to see any of the
No spoilers from either of us.
Nope.
I don't even have the card. Do you have the card in front of you?
I have the card.
All right, so we're going to do a prediction now, and maybe we'll watch it tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So.
And maybe we'll post it on
Exactly. I'm not expecting much out of Battleground, but we'll see.
Okay.
So first match will go the Usos versus Breezango. Now Breezango is the tag team of Tyler Breeze and Fandango.
I like this team.
I'm seeing the Usos winning this. I mean, really, can you really compare Breezango to the Usos? I mean, that's like, here.
Well,
which are you going to
yourself.
choose? Are you going to choose a nice shiny penny or a crisp $100 bill?
Well, let's think about it in a corporate mindset. How much pop are the Usos getting right now?
None.
How much pop is Bazongo getting right now?
More than them, but not a lot.
So, to make money and to put butts in the seats and viewers on the TV, who would you logically put to win this match?
I'm still choosing the Usos.
I'm going to have to go with Bazongo in this one. I think they're young, they're ready to go, and I think they're going to have a better pop.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So that was more of like a filler match. They put that in at the last minute. Let's go with the IC title.
All right.
It's your boy The Miz.
The Miz.
Against
Doesn't matter. The Miz won.
I
don't care.
They're
Miz
bringing
won.
this guy back. Darren Young. We're going to make Darren Young great again. Is the slogan. That's his slogan. And his new manager is Bob Backlund.
But guess what? They're not making him great last night because the Miz already won.
I actually chose The Miz probably to win this. I love the fact that Darren Young and Bob Backlund are kind of together. He's letting Darren Young use the chicken wing crossface.
Yep.
It's funny how Darren Young got into the match. They had an over-the-top rope battle royal for the number 1 contender. And
On the same night?
no, this was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
On Raw. And Young is kind of on his knees in the corner, and then the other 2 guys that are in the ring, I forgot who it was, they take each other out. Like, they go over the top rope at the same time. So Darren Young stands up, he's like, I won? I did nothing. I was standing in the corner, and I won. But in the shows prior, coming up to Battleground, he's actually gotten face-to-face with The Miz, and he's showing that.
I think Darren could do good things. I do think Darren could do good things. Because he actually made my list.
Same here. He's on there.
Yeah.
So, but I do think The Miz is winning. U.S. title is Rusev versus your boy Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder's gotten the best of Rusev in the last couple weeks, but I still see Rusev winning it.
I'm going Zach.
I want to see Zack
He was
win
my
it.
third pick.
Zack has been showing a lot of improvement since winning the IC title at WrestleMania. I don't see him winning this maybe tonight. Maybe he gets a rematch at SummerSlam and wins it there.
I think Rusev gets his rematch at SummerSlam.
We'll see. We got a couple Divas matches, unfortunately, too.
Okay.
None for the title.
I don't care with them. Becky Lynch won one, and then Alicia Fox won the other.
Well, Becky Lynch is in one. They end up turning Natalya heel, and she's having a feud with Becky.
Okay.
So they have their match. I actually see Natalya winning this.
All right.
Natalya wins matches when she's a heel.
Yeah, she does. She does.
I'm sorry, but she
does.
only wins when she's a heel.
She does.
The other is Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Sasha Banks and a player to be named later.
Why tag matches for divas? Makes no sense.
Unfortunately, I saw who Sasha chose, and I kind of had a feeling it was going to be that person.
Okay.
So, you want me to just tell you?
Absolutely.
It's Bailey from NXT.
Oh, you called that like 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. They're promoting Bailey.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
So, to me, Sasha and Bailey beat Charlotte and Dana because then I see at SummerSlam it being Sasha versus Charlotte for the title.
Of course.
So, her getting this win on Charlotte pushes her to be the number 1 contender. We've got a couple 6-man tags here. Unfortunately, the tag team titles aren't on the...
Oh, pointless.
That's why I said Battleground, horrible show.
Why do 6-person tags?
It's the New Day
right.
versus the Wyatts. Why can't the titles be on the line?
Okay, New Day won.
I'm going with the Wyatts because
For sure.
this is the end of the Wyatts. Because Bray and Rowan got selected to SmackDown and Braun Strowman is on
And that's
on
why
Raw.
New Day won. Because it's the end of the Wyatts.
You don't
They're
think
not going to let the Wyatts go out in happy victory.
You don't think so?
No.
Because the
no.
Wyatts have had
That's
New Day.
terrible writing.
The New Day has not beaten the Wyatts in any of the shows coming up to Battleground.
Doesn't matter. It's all about the writing. It's all about the smart booking. The Wyatts are going to lose because they're breaking up.
Well, I end up choosing the Wyatts to win.
Well,
The other 6-man tag is Enzo and Cass and Cena versus the Club, which is AJ, Gallows, and Anderson.
The club won.
I chose them to win first, but then I ended up changing my mind to Cena, Enzo, and Cass because AJ won the first match. Cena should win the second one, and then the third one will be at SummerSlam.
You got to think like a booker, not a fan.
Yeah, but this is how it always is.
Fan, you got to think
That's
like a
how it
booker.
always
No,
is,
dude.
though.
No, I'm telling you. The club won it.
I picked the Club first.
And you would be right.
Until I was supposed to change my mind.
And now you're wrong.
Only because Enzo and Cass and Cena have tagged against the Club or some in like I think it was a 12-man tag or something like that. And Enzo ends up hitting Cena or Cena ended up hitting Enzo.
And that's why they're losing. Because you have the club, who's a well-manufactured machine,
From Japan.
against Enzo and Big Cass and John Cena, who don't have experience working as a team.
Cena never works when he's with a team.
Exactly.
So
in booking-wise, you're going to have the smarter team win right now.
Mm-hmm.
The rematch at SummerSlam, because you know it's going to be there, then you may have a better chance of Cena winning that match.
let's speed this up here. We have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. They're saying for the final time, but I don't see
Sami
it.
Zayn won.
I chose Sami also. I don't see it being the final time. They both got drafted to Raw.
Yeah.
We're going to see it again.
Yeah.
The only one big match for this pay-per-view is the triple threat for the world title. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins.
Here's what I hate about this match. Already, everyone is casting out Reigns. Everybody's casting out Reigns to not even go in this match to win it at all. Me, I hope he won it. I hope he won it because that would be the shocking moment of the whole program. Reigns won the title back.
The only reason this match is so hyped is because everyone's like, the Shield again.
Yeah.
It's all three Shield members.
But I mean, like, logically, Seth is going to win. But if Reigns won, there's your shocking moment. There's your moment that people are going to go back to Raw to watch.
So I chose Dean, but it could change to Rollins because there's been a lot of rumors that WWE has not enjoyed Dean Ambrose being the face of the company or being the champion. They have thought the last month has been really bad. But it could have been bad because Roman Reigns got suspended.
Yeah.
So that's Battleground. I give it right now just on the card, maybe a C-.
Right.
Or if you want to add a 5 stars, a 2.
Yeah.
It's because they're gonna go big with SummerSlam again.
Yep.
Last year it was in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. It was a 4-hour show, which only 4-hour shows are usually Mania. I think they're gonna do it again because it's at the same place.
Well, for me, SummerSlam is the second best show. I always enjoy SummerSlam.
Sure. So, unfortunately, that's the end of the show.
That's it for us,
We're
Andy.
running out of time
That's
here.
it for us.
Like always, I'd like to tell you thank you for watching this show and all our other shows. Don't forget, you can watch us on Facebook at Legends of the Nerds and on our YouTube page also at Legends of the Nerds. And follow this guy right over here on Twitter on the
Twitter.
The Twitter at KrillinMan.
Yes. Well, I always have great conversations with the Valley CW network.
Yes, we.
They're like our new best friend online.
I'm loving it. I love their shows. Thank you for putting out great TV magic for them. So, like always, though, again, thank you for watching. And remember out there in Nerdland to stay nerdy.